Hi and welcome to update 17.5, the Jordas Precept. Yes, it is finally here. Um, Not much has changed actually. I was half expecting the ship to be different because there are in fact new ships, uh, new sets. Supposed to be under landing craft. Before you do anything in here, select landing craft. That's the normal set, and there is the Mantis. Before you actually select them, there's supposed to be something you're supposed to build in the forum. In the forum? In the foundry. But that looks pretty nice. But that looks better. But that does look ridiculously nice. But that still looks better. Now, there's a new thing, the air support. Orders hacks into security, it disrupts security protocols for a short period. I think this one heals. Yeah, restores health to nearby allies. I'm assuming it does the same to you as well. This is, you can call it in during a mission, and it'll kind of fly over and do stuff. Did say something about you're supposed to build something in here, but there it is. Air support thing. So you've got to build that to be able to actually call it in. It doesn't cost that much either, it's in credits. But does cost a few resources, so... But of course, first you do have to build the landing craft segment. All the way back up, you can see. Not sure how to find that yet, but it is something that will be crafted here. One other thing you may notice from in here is the arcanes button. So you can actually see what arcanes you have. And according to the marketplace, Archwing accessory pack is available. No, it really isn't. But the... Oh, it is here. This is the Valkyria pre-Corpus skin. So she's got a whole head, not half a head. Valkyria not included. This is only available for... It's supposed to be for 14 days. Everything says 14 days. Apart from this timer over here that says it's only available for 12 days. There is the segment. If you do want to buy it, it's 175 platinum. No idea where the actual blueprint is for that yet. There is... Oh, that's 2 sandanas. That's the one made of money. We'll get to that. You can see there is other skins for the new Lisette. Kind of just different colours. But look, no, they've got different designs on them. That one looks kind of cool. That one's like a camouflage attempt or style. That one looks pretty funky. There's one of the sandanas. It's made of money. And it wiggles kind of weirdly. But you'll notice it's Aladdin's headpiece with money coming off it. But this one actually looks pretty interesting. You can see there's different effects to it. And it's not as long, but that looks pretty cool. And of course, there is Atlas, the new Warframe. Does look like he's headless, but if you actually think about it, if its shoulders go across there, the head's just inside there, but it still looks weird. And you can see the people that you can actually call in. I think that's his Uber ability. Yeah, Rumblers. You can draw people in, cast it, and people will just spawn in made of rocks. You can... It's actually a pretty interesting looking frame. Very, how to put it, earthbender-ish. But yeah, 225 armor is a lot. 100 health, 100 shields, not really that much. But 150 power could make him fairly interesting. And I would have to assume, at the moment, where he would drop would be from J3 Golem. Cannot confirm that one, I don't know. That's just kind of speculation right now because there is a new boss, J3 Golem. And for those of you who've been playing this game for a long time would know this is not a new boss, this is the reinstatement of Jupiter's old boss that Salad V came along and kicked out. Well, it's kind of had an upgrade, which obviously has something to do with this, which is a message you will get as soon as you actually log in, and it's another new Cephalon. This one is Jordas, probably where the update got its name from, and it's basically talking about an extinction event. Extinction. So I'm assuming that's the new quest. I haven't actually checked on that. That might be a good idea to do, actually. And over into quests. And I can't see it. Oh, wait, there it is. So it is in fact the new quest. But there are also a lot of weapons to play with. I thought these were going to be part of the frame. That was going to be like his hands. No, the Techo is a new fist weapon. The blueprint for it is actually in the marketplace down here. And it does require the Ankyros themselves to actually build this. But these things, they look kind of menacing with the claws and stuff. And don't look bad on the damage factor either. There is also a new stance, Gala's Tragedy, that I'm assuming goes with those weapons. Then there is the new primary, the this thing. I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be yet. I thought this was an Archwing weapon when I first actually saw it. It's twin lasers converting on a target that fries them. There is one that it's like a air cannon, and that's what I thought this was, but I thought that was meant to be for Archwing. The blueprint for this, however, is not in the marketplace. And then there is the Sonicore. This is roughly what I thought the other one was, but again, thought these were going to be Archwing weapons. And this is the one that fires sonic energy. It's just basically going to blow people across the map, and that is absolutely tiny, but it's Corpus, because that looks like Corpus writing on the side of it. Damage wise though, this does look pretty low, and it's not a silent weapon, and it has a 0 status on it, and the crit's not that good either, so this weapon could have its problems. And the blueprint for it is actually in here. Come on. Oh, I was hoping it was going to use a gamma core as its base, just from the name of it. Nope, but it does use 2 argon crystals. And of course, there is Archwing weapons. The Phaedra is, I love these wordings, the Soma's big sister. And it is actually huge, so yeah, that makes sense. This thing does look pretty impressive, apart from the fact it refers to itself as the Soma's big sister, but still has only 10% crit. And with it being an Archwing weapon, it's going to regen ammo pretty quickly, so 250 magazine could make this interesting to actually use. It is expensive though. And there is a blueprint for it. But I did come across this and realise, yeah, you've got to find parts for this, which leads on to Archwing changes, which we'll get to in a second. There is also an Archwing new melee weapon that just looks like a complete beast, because it's a sickle, and that actually looks impressive. For an Archwing melee weapon, it looks really impressive. Blueprint for that, however, is also in here, and also requires parts. And tellurium. Oh my god, the tellurium resources. Oh, the need for those is real. The landing craft foundry segment research, so to get the blueprint you have to research it inside of the Tenno lab in the dojo. Then that's obviously going to take 3 days once you've actually completed research on it. There is this as well, new emote, handshake. Apparently it's going to be syndicate specific. I'm assuming that will coincide with whatever syndicate you have on your back. And meditate can now be toggled on and off, so you can sit and meditate forever if you wanted to. As I was saying before as well, Archwing has had a lot of changes to it. The interception has been tweaked. There is also mobile defense missions have been added to Earth on Erpo, if I can ever remember where these nodes actually are. They should kind of stand out like a sore thumb though, because there it is. Mobile defense. That I'm kind of really looking forward to. There's also one on Mars, which is on... I'm not even gonna bother reading the name this time, it's there. Mobile defense. It also says defense missions, but I haven't found one yet. But I would have to assume they're somewhere. I still wish there was an Archwing mission here. There is. It's an exterminate. I didn't know there was an Archwing mission on Mercury. When did that happen? Found one. Now, from the description for this, you're supposed to be defending 2 objectives at once. That to me sounds a lot like mobile defense or even the interception missions. Would love to jump straight into one of those, but there's some things inside of Archwing that kind of need looked at. The main thing in here being, while in sprint, if you press jump, it'll kick in the afterburners, which I would have to assume with the lights coming out the back. But, oh, whoa, okay. Projectiles incoming? What's that? That's new. But that's actually pretty cool, and there has been a huge rework to this. I haven't actually picked up anything. Okay, we're defending this one. This is, of course, the mobile defense on... Oh, I don't know. What big blue planet with... Oh, wait, where's the moon? Let's also not forget, in Archwing missions, when you destroy asteroids, because sometimes some asteroids can actually be shot. Oh, prime example there. Yeah, there's also loot crates in space, which you'll probably gather because I just shot one and loot came flying out of it. But asteroids will also do the same thing now. If you destroy an asteroid, it will drop loot, which is pretty handy because you do tend to destroy quite a lot of asteroids in this. And I do believe the enemies have stopped again. So what was down... No, there they are. Loot containers. So hopefully there's a better chance of finding loot like 2 new roads. Which should bring me on to, if I waypoint it, there's another thing that's been added. You can now waypoint resources and mods, and it will actually tell you what that resource is and what that mod is. So if somebody set a waypoint, it's no longer just a random waypoint that people go to see what's there. You can actually see that somebody here has waypointed new roads. Which is, that is something that should have been added a long time ago. I mean, there is so many different resources here that it makes sense. If you waypoint Oberon parts, it comes up and it says Oberon parts. So that was just the next obvious thing that was going to come, but it's going to come in so handy for marking the rare materials, because it's actually going to say, look, over here there's some argon crystals or tellurium or neural sensors or neurodes, Oracle cells, things like that. Same with the mods, you're going to be able to see what the mod is and see whether it's worth running back for half an hour to go and pick a mod up or not. There's also new enemies. There is the modular Corpus guy that I cannot get to spawn. What I am liking a lot though is that health bar above the heads that actually has the level they are included in it. It was kind of a really nice touch. Like, ridiculously nice touch. But there is 8 different combos for the Corpus modular guy. And these things do look pretty vicious. But as I say, I don't know if it's working correctly right now, because I've tried high level Corpus missions. I am now on a low level Corpus mission. And I cannot seem to get one to spawn, but they do glide round and each one does different things. They all disrupt stuff though. One disrupts powers. Nope, that's 2 disrupt powers, 2 buff and debuff powers. Why am I locked in here? That was weird. Two of them disrupt damage for the power your abilities, and two just kind of mess with the mobility. So cannot find the new Corpus thing. I was looking in the codex just in case I saw one and Helios had scanned it, but nope. So there's 6 in total different types, but there seem to be only about 3 different abilities that can actually use. There's also some new infested, but one of them has me confused. It's the Mutilus Toxic Carrier. Carries toxic crawlers. That's what this guy does. And then darts across the map, leaving toxic fart in his wake. Kind of annoying, and it just sounds exactly like that thing. There's also the Lightning Carrier, which same thing, but will drop the lightning guys. The lightning crawler, they're the ones that shock you and you get stuck in place. And then there's the Attack Mutilist, fires infested spores. But I can't find any of them. I don't know where they are. There's also something about Juggernauts, but I haven't got far enough into the new update to actually come across finding anything to do with it. But apparently finding Juggernauts is a huge thing in this. And the only Juggernaut I have scanned is the Behemoth for some reason, and that was a kind of a boss thing that was in a while ago. There has been other ones in. There it is. That's the Juggernaut, and it's basically can spawn on any infested map. Warframes like Mesa here with the toggle ability will now be affected by duration mods. It will actually affect the way that it drains, and it actually has the example of 100% duration will make a 10% energy drain become a 5 energy drain. The drain per second will obviously change. I'm assuming that's all got to do with the duration mods, but the drain per second has been adjusted. Mesa's Peacemaker, which is why we've got her up at the moment, it's weird. It says it will create a focus ring on the hood when you cast it, and it's affected by range mods, but you cannot move. You never could move when you used Peacemaker, sorry. But yeah, apparently it's just been nerfed to death. Ripline has been changed for Valkyria. It's softer looking. Oh, but it's got a reduced energy cost. There's changes to Hysteria as well, and I think Nyx's Psychic Bolts have had a chance to irradiate people. So it'll cast radiation proc on enemies when you use it. Zephyr's Tailwind will no longer have a power in use error. Biggie being here, Mesa's Peacemaker. The fact that if it has kind of been nerfed is not going to make a lot of people happy. There's also been a lot of changes to Conclave. But with every update comes a lot of changes for Conclave, because it is still a work in progress. Anyway, this is going to be a pretty long one, so we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.